Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Boob Buddies. I am so excited for this episode. We have two very, very special people. Marianne and Carol are here with us. Hello, welcome.
Hi.
Thank you for
Here.
coming. We're super excited to have you today as our first guest on Boob Buddies.
Actually, our second, right?
Yes.
Because we had Caitlin.
Yes.
We're so excited here to have you as our second guest. Well, we're thrilled to be here. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
So we want to just start off by, we're not going to tell you all about them. We want them to tell them about them. But we are here because they run an amazing organization called Breast Intentions that I have personally helped in the past. And their organization really deserves accolades. So why don't you start? Just tell us a little bit about the organization and why it started and about you. Why don't you start, Carol?
Okay. I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer after I found a lump on my breast. And there was no history of breast cancer in my family. So it was quite a shock to me and to my family. 6 months after I was diagnosed, I had another sister diagnosed at stage 2. And then 6 months after that, we had a third sister who had all of the signs that she would eventually develop breast cancer as well. I had a double mastectomy, went through chemo, radiation. My sister with stage 2, same thing. She went through chemo, she had a double mastectomy. And then my third sister had a prophylactic mastectomy. So we kind of ran the gamut there in terms of treatment. While we were going through this, my daughter and Marianne's son heard us talk so much about women who were really struggling through this process. And they decided they were going to start a charity to help women who were struggling. So there, pick it up.
Yeah. So the kids came to us after they wanted to raise money. So they did Relay for Life. Relay for Life is through the American Cancer Society. It's also great charity for research and such. But what they found out was after they walked the track for 24 hours, and Carol and I were, we were in a tent. They came and they said, "Now who's going to get our money?" And we said, "We have no idea."
Right.
And they were like, "What do you mean? We did this to help people. Who's going to get our money?" And we explained to them what American Cancer Society does. And they decided, not for us. We want to give money direct to people who are struggling because, they're watching their aunts go through it.
They're amazing.
Love that.
Amazing.
And that's a great question for such young people to ask. Where is our money going?
Right.
Yeah.
So
So-
that
Right.
created Breast Intentions.
Yeah. And they went, they saved their money from their communions, birthdays, and went to an attorney and started 501(c). They were very upset that the attorney did take their money.
They should have been pro bono.
I
They,
agree. They
uh,
were the pro bono. But you know what? They made the payments and here we are today. So, and it's been how many years?
Almost 20.
Almost 20.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
So they started out selling candy bars and the little rubber bracelets after Mass.
Yeah.
Our parish priest, his sister had struggled with breast cancer. So the cause was near and dear to him. So he let them sell. They'd go to Costco and buy candy bars, and upprice them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
They
yeah.
took them out of church. And the first person that they helped, they were on a radio show. I think
Yeah.
it
They
was
were
the
on
first-
101.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they were.
they talked about their charity, and they had a patient call them the next day.
She was a mother of 6, a school teacher. And she contacted them. They contacted her and said, "How can we help you? What can we do?" And she was, as most women are, no,
With that, yeah.
no,
Yeah.
we're good. Give it to somebody more needing. And as they began to speak to her husband had just had a heart attack. So he was out of work. She was an out of work school teacher, 6 children. And she said, "Well, if you can put oil in my tank so that I have heat for the winter, that would be great." And it's just like
Little, and it's not a little thing. It's a big thing.
it's a big thing.
That's a huge
They were
which
hooked.
is
They were
basically.
hooked.
So
Yeah.
that brings me to my next question. In someone in crisis, how do they contact you?
Wait, let's
You wanna
step
go?
back just
This
for a
was right
second.
here. Okay.
Tell us, for people that don't know, what does Breast Intentions do? You explained a little story, but tell us the mission of Breast Intentions.
So the mission of Breast Intentions is to help women who are in financial crisis while they are battling breast cancer, while they are in treatment. So they'll be referred to us from doctors, from nurses, hospitals, social workers, friends, neighbors, priests, your church. They come from all over. They come online and, we'll assign caseworkers to talk to them. And we ask them, what's keeping you up at night? What are you struggling with that's preventing you from concentrating on getting better and getting through your treatment? And, we verify all of the bills that they'll submit. We make sure everything's legit and we'll pay rents, mortgages, car payments. We'll get them Ubers to and from treatment. We pay for wigs, prosthetics, utilities, anything that is keeping someone up at night that they're so worried about that they can't think about harnessing their energy to get well.
I love that. I love that. I love that question. What keeps you up at night?
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I think that really puts it into perspective
Right.
that these are things weigh so heavily on their mind and they don't even think about it. But when you ask that question, I think that's an amazing
Right.
question.
Yeah. I mean, when you're working, a lot of women are working and then all of a sudden now you're not feeling well, you're on disability. That doesn't pay what your paycheck pays. And
Right.
they struggle. And I think women worry a lot. Then they put themselves last.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And they don't talk about it.
they don't talk about
Right. So
Right.
sometimes this might be the first time they're actually thinking about it.
Right.
And then they,
Right.
open up to
The
you.
women don't want to ask for help.
No.
They'll ask for help for their family.
Yes.
We had a woman, she couldn't afford her medication, but she also couldn't put food on the table. And she was choosing to put food on the table and not get her medication,
Yeah.
because they think of
probably
their
see that a
family
lot.
first.
a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sad,
It
but
is sad.
thank God for you ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
that
we're
you're
lucky.
able to,
Yeah.
yeah, it does feel good to give back. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's the best.
So let's talk about that. How do you raise money for Breast Intentions and how much of that money goes directly to women in crisis?
Okay, so in the beginning, like Carol said, we were selling the candy bars and T-shirts and all that, and you make a little bit of money. We ran out of money once, and we said to the kids, "We can't help this patient. We ran out of money. Like we're done." And they were like, "Oh no!" And now we're in front of Grand Union shaking cans. So I believe that it just comes
Right.
now because we've been around so long and people know of us. They come to us and they help us. So we have like the Knights of Columbus, the VFWs, the Beacon Hill Golf Women's Association. We have Doreen. We have people that come to us.
Touch the cup.
Touch the
Touch
cups.
the cup.
Touch the cups. Yes.
And they come to us. So now we have partners now. Whereas I always say this in every speech I give that American Cancer Society, Komen, all those people, they have big corporate sponsors.
Right.
We have our community
Right.
and they're great.
They are amazing.
They are great.
Amazing.
So
It
that's
is
how-
amazing when you start doing it. The generosity.
Yeah.
And
I'm
is
always
amazing.
so humbled.
And the other thing too is I don't think there's anyone that hasn't been touched by breast cancer
Agree.
in some way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, do you help just breast cancer patients or is it any kind of? It's mostly breast
It's
cancer.
just breast cancer.
That's
If
good to
we were
know.
to help
Yeah.
all cancers,
well, that's it.
that's overwhelming.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is your niche. It's your specialty. You know where to send them. You know who is reputable and you've been through this so many times that you feel like you know where you can help these women the most.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You
that's
know,
great.
And we can speak their language because we as a family have been on both sides of the bed rail.
Right?
Yes.
We've been the patient, we've been the caregiver, and
I know when if I get a patient who's particularly worried about treatment and how am I going to feel, I always go, I have somebody for you. And I shoot them right to Carol.
Right.
Because she
Right.
kept
Yeah.
the spreadsheet when she was sick of everything she felt like.
Mhm.
And I know she'll say, stay ahead of the anti-nausea, stay ahead.
Mhm.
She knows
Right.
that. I don't know that. So I always flip them right to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Everyone has their specialty.
yeah. Yeah.
And it's good. I mean, it's terrible you have that insight, but it's so good to
Yeah.
have that
Oh, yeah.
insight and to be able to help patients through that.
Right.
And again, you're a real person. You
Right.
know it, and
Right.
you're on the other side of it. How many years has it been?
It'll be 20 in October.
Yes.
But I also think, and I said this to her the other day, nobody wants cancer or breast
No.
cancer. but I do think she was chosen for a reason.
I do.
I
You've
do think
done
my
so
daughter just said
much
that to
for
me.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the truth
Yeah.
because I mean, look at us now. We're educating, we're telling people where resources are. There's a reason.
Right.
Mhm.
And that's another piece of breast intentions. Can you talk about the education that you provide? Because I love this part too.
Yeah, it's
Well,
fun too. It's fun.
It is.
Is it fun to go into the schools?
so we created a program called the Pink Pact, and we take our program into the high schools to teach young women about their risk for breast cancer and the need for regular self-examination. And we started this program many years ago. Mary Pat Christie, when her husband was the governor, she actually funded the program through the New Jersey Heroes program. So that's how we
Wow.
got started.
Wow.
And then over the years, we've gotten directed donations into that program so that we've been able to keep running it. So we go out to the high schools. We have a ton of giveaways. We have lots of fun.
It's fun.
Wow. I didn't even
And
know about that.
at the
Yes,
same
yeah.
time, yes, at the same time, we're educating these young girls. And I do believe it's having an impact. Lately, unfortunately, what we're finding is that women are being diagnosed younger and younger. Marianne will tell you about a patient that we just recently helped.
Yeah. I didn't know when I spoke to this patient how young she was, but then as I'm like reading over the intake and I'm like, this is the same age as my daughter. Like, what is happening? And I call her and she was diagnosed at 19 years old. And
Wow.
so she's telling me this story and she had one breast removed and she was married at the time, had a baby. Anyway, came back at 25. She was 25 years old. She has a recurrence. So now she has the one baby. She's not married to the same man, but she's engaged and gets this devastating diagnosis. She's pregnant again now with a girl and due to treatment and all the things she had to go through, she lost the baby. Um, you know, and that well, happy to say she's married now, but when she was going through it, we were able to pay for her rent, her gas, her heat, her car payment. And to be so young to have to go through this, it's a lot.
All time.
19
Yeah.
years old, you should not be worried about this.
No,
You should
no.
be having the time of your life. And
Absolutely.
when she spoke to us, she told us, I had to bury my child. Like, that's the
Right.
worst.
Right.
Like, that
Yeah.
is the worst. But
She
she's
was,
married. She
yeah.
got married
Good.
to
So
the love of her life, and
Good.
she's hoping to have another child.
Yeah.
Because when she had her treatment, she only removed one breast
Mhm.
because she wants to nurse. So
Yeah.
again, there's a woman putting herself last.
Exactly.
She's
Wow.
amazing. She's
That
amazing.
is amazing.
You must hear so many stories and just when you put your head down and like to put on the pillow, you just must be able to sleep so well knowing that you are just helping so many people. And
Yeah.
this and you're so approachable. We all know each other a little on the personal side too, but you're such approachable people and the community is blessed to have you.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I always say, it's selfish because we do get to feel good to help people. It
Yeah.
is a great
Yeah.
feeling.
It is.
It is
It
a great
is.
feeling. And I always tell volunteers, like, you got to get on the phone
Yeah.
because then you'll be hooked.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You will.
Am I right?
You are right.
Yeah.
You are right. I was hooked before that, but no, no. Yeah, it's amazing. So let's talk a little bit about with the financial struggles all the time. What would you say? And right now, I know the world is crazy, right? That everything's getting more expensive. What would you say the number one financial struggle is, or does it really just vary?
Well, I think it varies because, first of all, you get hit with a diagnosis like this and your world stops. So you may not be able to work again. You have to go into treatment. Your husband may have to take time off from work to care for your children. We have many women who have infants lately. So the husbands are taking off work to care for the infants. So everything is in
Your
turn.
whole
Yeah,
Yeah.
your whole world is turned upside down. So, just trying to navigate those things, it's difficult. Then there are women who, when they're diagnosed, their husband says, "Oh, this is too much for me.
I didn't sign up for
leaving."
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we've had more than a couple of those stories as well.
Yeah.
I had a story. Was incredible to me. Woman got sick. She was stage 3. They thought maybe stage 4. her boyfriend took out a life insurance policy on her.
What a guy.
And then when she
What a
got
guy.
when she got
Wow.
through treatment and started to look like she was gonna make it and thrive, he left
You
her.
left her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Karma.
Karma.
It was really just the most unbelievable story I had heard. Yeah.
That's
I think
insane.
everybody on this couch is very lucky with our men. And I know since I
Yes.
told my husband I have to get a double mastectomy, his answer was, "I'm an ass man."
Yeah.
So, we are all very lucky to have such good
Yeah,
support
yeah,
systems.
That's for sure.
But knowing that you're there for those of people that don't have a support system is priceless. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a shame. I mean, I think that when women are diagnosed, you go through so many different things. Your appearance is changing. You're in your own head. You're worried about treatment. You're worried if you're going to live. You're worried about money. You're worried about self-esteem and your sexuality. There are so many things that you're worried about that weigh on you before you even get into treatment.
Yeah.
So, it's nice, that we can kind of walk beside them, especially in the early stages of their treatment.
Carol, you remind me of something that back in the day somebody had said to me, and I thought about it myself. And then once I met you and Noreen, and Marianne's family, everybody, I feel like somebody had said to me, cancer, like you're doing nipple tattoo. And I said, I'm not going to let cancer define me. What I do with my cancer is going to define me.
Right.
Right.
And I feel like
Right.
you guys have definitely done that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's amazing. We didn't just sit back and we had our moment and then we rose from it. And
Right.
now we're helping so many other people. And you guys are unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Unbelievable.
my favorite quote when I was going through treatment, and I think it was Winston Churchill, I'm not sure. When you're walking through hell, keep walking.
Yeah.
Run.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
That is amazing.
I love this question. I'm going to read it because I can't remember it. So, because you've worked with so many women, and I'm starting to see this too, what have you learned about resilience and compassion and what people really need when they're struggling?
So resilience and compassion. Well, I could say that most of the women, I would say almost all of them are very resilient. And I think what's so great about women is that they're always there for other women. Like I said, if I have somebody who's very sick and I don't know the answers, I can throw them to Carol and she'll give them an answer. And I feel like women we're like a pack, that just, we're there for each other all the time.
I agree.
Yeah. And we're lucky.
Yeah, we are. I always say too, you don't have to choose when you're talking to these women. You don't have to choose between optimism and honesty. I think that it's important to validate their feelings, validate what they're going through. So that helps them process it. I don't think that you want to sugarcoat everything. When they say, "Oh, I'm going to lose my breast," but just think how good you're going to look after. That's not helping them.
No. Yeah.
That's sugarcoating it. Better
they're afraid.
response is, I know, your physique and your body is going to change. I want you to know I'm here with you.
Right.
Anytime you want to talk about it, I'm here for you. Validation, I think, is what they need.
Right. The other thing too, in speaking to patients, I'll always say, like when they're talking, they're telling me their story, I'll always say, I have three sisters who had and went through breast cancer. And I said, did you hear what I said? I have three sisters.
Right.
They're still here 20 years later.
Right.
And that's the world.
Yeah.
They're
Sometimes
that is
people just
important.
even just need to talk and to be listened to, not told what to do. And,
Yeah.
Right.
they need to process it in their own way. And, not everybody's going to go through it the same way. So, you guys are supporting everybody and it's amazing. If you were to think of a breast intention survival kit, you could put in a little breast intentions box. Can you name 4 fun things that you think that every woman going through a mastectomy or cancer should kind of have with them?
When you're in the chemo chair, when Carol was in the chemo chair, I think what was really important to her was to have somebody there with her. I know her husband went to the first one, but I'm more fun. I went to all the others and I was there and, told jokes and I used to make salad on the radiator behind her and we'd have salad. Oh, that's a true story. And then I don't know if you ever been to Monmouth Medical, but I would find my way to the coffee shop and we'd have coffee. So I think having somebody by your side that can, in the moments, lighten the load a little bit, that's kind of nice.
It's true. My husband came to the first one with me, and I was so afraid of Adriamycin, as they call it, red rat,
Right.
and that's the one that makes you lose your hair. And I was so terrified. Wolfgang's mother had passed away from cancer, but she passed away after her very first chemo treatment. Well, once I knew I was going to get through it, I said, "Okay, go back to work." I called her and I said, "All right, you're coming with me." So she came with me through the rest of my treatments. She did, things that I really appreciated that people gave me, or that I would suggest: a journal,
Journal's good.
pens, thank you cards, because people send you so many things. Thank you cards. So I'd sit in the chair and write my thank yous, stamps.
She did not love flowers.
Yeah.
Didn't love
I
flowers.
said it felt like a funeral.
Some people
know.
feel that way. I get it.
Yes.
Yeah. When I was a young nurse, somebody said, I hate flowers because it reminds me of funerals. And I thought, that's so negative. Now, as an old nurse, I get it.
Yeah.
So every time I smell a flower, I think about a funeral.
Yeah.
So, especially a lot.
Yeah. The other things, though, that we talk about that, well, look at what we did with the kids, your initiative with the
Oh.
children.
Oh, that was such a fun thing
yeah.
with the kids. So we did a magical night of giving. So we put it out to any child that wanted to go, grades 1 through 8.
Yeah.
All you had to do was bring an item of caring, something for comfort. And let me tell you what, the week before I called everybody and I was like, okay, 911. I have 2 kids signed up. I thought this was going to be a flop. And sure enough, no, these kids came out and drove tissues, lifesavers, all the things.
Yeah.
We had all
Lip
these.
balm, candles.
It was so great.
Yeah.
And then they put these bags together. And the best part, they made cards for breast cancer patients and they made bracelets and they put them in. And then the younger kids that it was their brainchild that they wanted to do this, they delivered them to oncology units.
It was great. It was amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Just great. Guess what? We had too much stuff.
Yeah.
At the end, we had too much so that we had to go out and buy more bags and make more. So
Make
it was
more.
But the
so
other
great.
thing about that is you foster a sense of giving for these young children.
Yeah.
It's
Give
their
them a
first
purpose.
experience.
For
And I
sure.
think it has such an impact on kids too.
Right.
And hopefully they carry it forward.
Exactly. That is a nice idea.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
As
Honestly,
we did it at the Elks.
the Elks gave us the
Gave me-
place
yeah,
for free.
yeah.
And the kids, like I said, the churches said, sure, put out a box. And we did. And people it was great.
Yeah.
And I think a child just brightens anyone's day. And, as bad as the day you might be having, a child shows up with a little gift for you.
Yeah.
Just great. Put it aside and you smile for that kid. So I think that's all
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, they were great. The cards were adorable that they made.
Yeah.
You've got this.
nice.
Be strong.
Funny.
That was really cute.
And what would you say? Sometimes people think they have a friend, a family member who's diagnosed with breast cancer, and they think, oh, what can I do? What can I do? And they kind of get inside their head. They don't want to say the wrong thing. They don't want to give the wrong thing. What would you say is what, even having gone through it, dealing with the patients, what's one act of kindness? What do you think is one of the best things that someone can do for a friend, a family member that they really don't know? They haven't dealt with someone with cancer before.
Yeah. Just show up. Just show up. I mean, for me, when she was diagnosed, it was very emotional because I didn't know what was going to happen.
Right.
So I just showed up.
Yeah.
And you kept showing up.
Yeah.
And you still show up.
Still showing up. Here, 20 years later, they're still showing up. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that's important to be present. And the other thing that Marianne did that I now advise other people is don't say, what can I do for you? Say,
do it.
I'm going to come take you to your next appointment.
Right.
I'm going to come with dinner on this night. You relax. You don't have to talk to me. I'm going to come with dinner for you and your family.
I came to her house one day. Sorry. But I came to her house one day. She's sitting there like a sad sack in her kitchen, bald, in a robe, like death. And I said to her, get up. We're going to lunch. And she was like, no. Get up. And I made her go to lunch.
Only a true
And we
sister
went-
could do that. Yep.
And we
did.
went to lunch. And I was like, the end.
I love
Yeah,
that.
you said
And I
go-
think that's so
Yeah.
important to pull someone back in when they're that low, because I've done that with a couple of friends. I'm like, nope, we're going. We're going to go for a walk. You don't want to go out. Let's go. We're getting out. And they always feel better
Right.
Yeah.
because I think also just that community, friendship, someone letting you know I'm here
Right.
Yep.
is truly the most important thing that you
It
can
is.
do, right?
It is.
Right.
It's not things, it's their presence.
The truth.
One other big question for you too. This work can definitely be draining. What keeps both of you grounded? Because sometimes some of these stories are so sad. And what keeps you grounded?
You want to go?
And
You told me once I'm too wordy. So
no,
you did.
I think that we have discussed that we can offer everything that we have: compassion, empathy, comfort, financial relief. We cannot control the outcome. And we have to separate what we do from the outcome. And putting that boundary there is healthy for us. I
Yeah.
think it saves us
Right.
and keeps us going, knowing that we cannot control the outcome, no matter what we do. That's
We have. I mean, we do hear of patients that we lost, and it's sad, but I'll tell you what, they fought to the bitter end. They
Yeah.
You make
fought
their path
for-
to the end better.
Yeah. I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope
You
so.
definitely do.
You
Yeah.
definitely do.
You just being around is a blessing.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
really
I
is.
mean, again, these women, they're amazing. They are amazing. The
They are.
strength and what they go through. And I had a woman, and I tell a story all the time. So when we get a woman, will say like, "What's keeping you up at night? Send us your bills." And then we check the bills because we have, believe it or not, sadly been scammed once or twice. So we check all the bills. So I was checking this one woman's bills, and I said to her, "All these bills are current. Like, what do you need from me? What is your goal? Like, I want to help you, but I don't, it doesn't seem like you need help." And she said, "I'm stage 4. I am dying. And my husband will not know what to do if I don't get this done." And I went, "Got that." And we paid him. But and I will tell you, she was Dr. Laughing-House's office, that practice. And they said, "She's the first one in the chemo chair, rooting everybody on. She was so great and so wonderful. And yet she had this struggle going on, but was there for everybody else." It's
Right.
amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. So
Yeah.
So what is next for Breast Intentions? Anything down the pike? Any new things coming about? Any great fundraisers? Anything we can put out there for people to help out with?
Well, right now, I mean, again, we're very lucky because our community steps up and steps out for us. So that's really great. But when October rolls around, you will not see us.
No.
Yeah, we'll be
Yeah.
doing Zumba. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're everywhere.
And I think we kind of have said we're going to try and really focus on Pink Pact because we've just seen so many young
Young
women.
kids. It's
Uh,
amazing.
Yeah. So I think we're really going to try and ramp that up. We do one, maybe two a year. I think we would like to really get that program going, and not just in October.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Throughout
That's,
Yes.
Well, count me in. I will go.
Oh, and you
Yes.
know I'm waiting.
And I
I'm
will.
waiting to go.
Awesome. Yeah.
wait,
Almost.
you'll
We
love
almost-
it's
Count
so
me in.
it's
You
so
know I love
much fun.
children and I
Yeah.
love the community. I would love to be as a nurse, as a breast cancer survivor, as an educator. I would love to be on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Great.
that's great.
And if
Yeah.
someone does want to get involved, they want to support you either monetarily or they want to give their time, how can they do that?
So obviously we have a website, breastintentions.org. They can shoot us an email. All of our emails are Marianne at Breast Intentions, Carol at breastintentions.org. They can always shoot us an email, but we're around. I love the people that come to us, like Noreen, that says, "This is what I want to do. I want to have a fundraiser," because we can help in any way that we can. But, a lot of businesses see us coming when we solicit. So it's always nice when other entities do for us because they just have a different pool of people than we do.
I'm hitting
yeah,
the same people for 20 years.
Right. But
Yeah.
knowing that all that money goes to somebody is amazing. Knowing where it goes.
that's funny. The other thing that we kind of pride ourselves on is we'll let you know who you helped. We will let you know where your money went.
Yeah.
And it's important. And I tell the story about my mother. When we first started, her friends would give us $10 checks. And my mother would say, "Hey, where's this money going? My friend Marge wants to know. And I'm like, really? She needs to know where her $10 is going? And she was like, yes, she does. So honestly and truly, ever since then, we started doing them because of you. This is
And
who
it
we're
is,
able to
it's
help.
amazing.
Right.
It's
And I
amazing.
do think it
So
makes a difference.
tell everyone what you do. Like, what does that mean? Because of you, how do they?
So when we get patients and we help them, we'll write a letter and we'll say, because of you, we were able to help the following people this month. And we will literally we used to put their first names. Now we just put their initials. So CR, we were able to pay her gas, heat, and electric. Usually we'll say CR diagnosed with stage 3C, 3 children. Her husband just lost his job, and they're struggling, and they humbly asked us for X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
And then we'll put because of you, we were able to pay those things.
Right.
And it's true.
Yeah.
Those are the things.
And I don't
Right.
think there's any other organization out there that does that.
Yeah.
It takes time.
Oh,
Marilyn is our
yes.
sunshine girl.
She
She
is.
does that, and it's a lot of work.
Yes, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And again, it is amazing. I'm going to reiterate this. 100% of everything they raise goes directly to women in crisis battling breast cancer. And I don't know that any other organization can say that.
Yeah. But so we were just saying this. So every charity has a charity registration
Mhm.
score. Ours is pretty great. It's pretty great. But one of the things that we're just putting on there is all our 990s because that raises your score. So
didn't
everybody can
realize that.
see what we pay,
Yeah.
what we,
Right.
so that's
Right,
the
yeah.
good. But I mean, it's public information anyway, but so
If
we're
you
very
simply,
transparent.
yeah, if you just put a link to it,
Mhm.
I think you get 4 or 5 more points.
Yeah.
So on
But
your
what?
charity.
And it's funny because there's a gentleman in Asbury Park that chose us as his charity because of our charity rating.
Aw.
And I was like, wow. And he said, yeah, my girlfriend is at the Breast Cancer Research Center. And she said, this is the charity you want to do. It's like pretty cool
Mhm.
to
That's
hear that. So
amazing.
that was nice.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
I believe in it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is there anything else that
Well-
you want us to know or want our audience to know about breast intentions?
Well, there's one event coming up in the summer. It's the CrossFit Games in Asbury Park.
Asbury Park CrossFit.
So we'll be
Mhm.
putting out some more information about that.
We need lots of volunteers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
And I'll link your website below this.
great.
Okay.
That's great.
Podcast.
And we'll get the events up. A lot of things happen in October. So October, the calendar blows up.
Right.
We have to be more diligent about getting all these things on the website. People will come to us and say, how can I help? And like at a time like now, well, there's not really anything to do, but we'll keep your name and we'll call you when we have something come up and hopefully you're available. And if you're not, then you get us on the next event.
For anybody in the outside world there who has not helped somebody, the feeling that you get back from helping somebody is so rewarding. So if you're sitting listening to our podcast and you're thinking, what can I do? I don't know. Jump in somewhere, help somebody because yes, Carol said it's almost like a selfish feeling because you just get that happiness that you were able to help somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
great
And they're
feeling.
so thankful and you're like, why are you thanking me? Like this is a no-brainer. I want to help you.
Yeah,
But the feeling you get is there's no price.
it's
It
amazing.
really is no
It is amazing too, when we call patients on the phone and tell them, all right, this is what we're going to be able to do for you. And they break down in sobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a sick crier.
Oh yeah. I
There's
do
just-
right
yeah.
now. I go right now. Okay.
It's
There-
amazing.
We have had patients that are just like, "Oh, okay, thank you. And then you hang up the phone and then they're shooting you a text
Yeah.
or they're
Yeah.
shooting
You
you
don't know
like,
how to
I was shocked. Like, I don't know. And you're like, oh, okay, good.
That's
Some
like
people
that
can.
young girl, Gianna, the young girl
Yeah, she's
on the phone with you.
well, I'm a companion crier, but I called her. She was definitely in the car and I said to her, hey, this is what we were able to do, blah, blah, blah. And it's quiet. And I know. And then I hear, and I go, okay, talk to you later. Gotta go. Because then when we finally met, she was like, thank you for hanging up. Like, we were both right there. So yeah, she was great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, you are amazing, both of you.
Yeah.
Breast Intentions is amazing. So thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on. We love what you do. We'll support you forever.
Thank you.
And thank you for taking the time.
Thank you. And anybody that is watching that knows someone that needs help
Mhm.
or an
Send them
identified,
our way.
send them our way.
Right.
So we're going to post their link below ours. Anybody who needs help, reach out, and hopefully we can be able to help.
And right
On their website, there is a spot that says donate, and there's a
Oh.
spot that says, well, there is, if you wanted to
Yes.
donate.
Yeah.
And then there's also a spot for patients to fill out a form, right?
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
yes.
And there's a QR code. You can use your phone.
Oh, we'll get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have PayPal, Venmo, take credit cards. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah. Well, and again, thank you. So thank you everyone for tuning into Boo Buddies. We're so happy you took the time to listen to us today.
Thank you again
Oh,
for coming. And
thank
you
wonderful
for
having
seeing
us.
you.
Thanks for
and
having
thank you
us.
for everything that you ladies do. And please reach out and make this an even better year for them.
Yes.
We appreciate it.